Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is being filmed on Wednesday, June the 10th, 2026. Today we're pulling from the Crow Insight Tarot cards. First card, this came out twice, was regret. So, reflecting on lessons. But the thing is, it's like you did the best you can with the information you had at the time. It is easier now to sit there with 2020 insight and the information you've gathered and the experience to say, I wish I could have done it differently. Definitely going through my grief journey and everything that I did and whatnot. Not everything, but certain things. It's just like I could have, would have, could have, should have. You know what I mean? But you got to be kind to yourself, especially right now. You know, we're heading into summer in a couple of, like a handful of days. It is already hot and muggy out, and it's just like, that can affect your sleeping, and all the, you know what I mean, that makes you feel a certain way. So do your very best you can. You're doing what you can, and don't allow those kind of thoughts to come in and manipulate who you are and how hard you've worked to get where you are. You know what I mean? It's like we can regret things, but it was part of our experience. It made us smarter. It made us stronger. Yes, we are done with lessons and we're kind of over it, but it's, you know what I mean? Be kind to yourself. Sometimes we need to hear that. We forget. So purpose, discovery purpose of your life through passion. I was just literally saying this week. Judge Judy has said that, Grandma Moses found her passion with painting. She became a renowned painter at 80. So, you know what I mean? When I do personal readings, and thank you to everyone that has and continues to get personal readings for me, it's like for myself, especially the other reading I did near the end of the month of May, it was like, read for 3 hours before I had to, hit pause on it, and it was a last minute reading, and it didn't even feel like that time had passed. I was like, oh my gosh, how is it already 2? You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like when you find your passion and where you want to put your energy and where you're excited about and you want to grow, and they'll show you different outlets. It's like, hey, you've been doing this, so let's bring this in. Maybe this will resonate with you. Maybe this will be something you want to do every year or every month, or, like with Shabbat, every Friday. So it's like when you find your passions, it's just like, and you feel like every day is a party day, every day is, 444, but you keep getting that. It's just keep putting your energies and focus into that. That's where you're meant to be. Some of us are asking for clarity. This is why I posted with Odin, where the crows he would send out his 2 crows out to the earth, and every timeline, dimension, portal, planet that they could go to, and they would bring back that information to him. So, sometimes we ask for clarity. So this is the thing, you have to be open to channel messages. So yes, your For You page, as much as that sounds like a bunch of Buhiki songs, shows. So I'm watching 4 seasons again. Like I binged it over the weekend. I just love it. It's a great TV series. I watched the original, but you know what I mean. For the time, I guess it was good, but definitely the remake is way better. But a time for reflection and mindful awareness. Sometimes we need clarity of where we are in life and if we're doing the right things or if we will succeed. Remember, when you are weak, they will try to creep in and put in a narrative, hey, like you should stop doing what you're doing. Because what you're doing ain't basking any fruits. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's for the knowledge, sometimes it's for the wisdom. Something that I'm doing, more on the background for people that I ask permission to do. And utilizing and growing my skills and abilities that way. You know what I mean? It's just not everything has to be for your own personal financial abundance. You know what I mean? It's just those things will come. You know what I mean? It's just right now that you probably are in the learning stage, early stages of things. So, that's where I feel like they're saying clarity. If you're seeking clarity, ask for clarity. I feel like a lot of us are asking for this freedom. A lot of people see retirement as freedom because this is what they were supposed to do. So embrace freedom as the ability to make choices that align with your values and aspirations. And I feel like that's the thing. It's just, could do what everybody else is doing. But, as I always like to use Doug Chapman's words, paraphrasing it as best as my ability, but at the end of the day, I got to look at myself in the mirror and I got to answer to God, and I'm going to do what resonates with my heart and soul. Everybody, you know what I mean? Not all of us fit into the same mold. You know what I mean? Anyone that's got a personal reading for me and has brought in people and all the good things, they know. So if you know, you know. But you know what I mean? It's just I do those things because this is how I want to do it. It's my, you know, what I'm passionate about, what I want to grow in. I'm going to do the things. People may say, oh, this, that. That's fine. That's your opinion. But that's why we have different mindsets. We have different hearts. We have different souls. We have different ways of seeing things. So respectfully, I will continue on the path that I currently am on. And it's going to lead to that freedom. I may have to put in the work now, but, you know, soon every day will be a play day. And it won't even feel like, won't feel like you're basically have a chain on your knee. Going through their journeys, new horizons. I feel like this is like the Fool card. They're also showing the Magician. So it's like whatever comes here is already a part of you. Life is a journey filled with experiences. Cherish each moment. And I feel like that's the thing. We have to be very mindful that, especially if you have children, it's like this is, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It just feels like everything went so fast. Like, I was just watching Morgan Stewart's podcast, and she had Nightly Pop Crew on Hunter and Nina. And oh my God, the energy is back there. But it's just like, you know what I mean? Even Nina was mentioning that. Nina Parker, she's such an intelligent woman. She was saying it just feels like everything is going so fast now ever since that. And I'm like, right? It just, I don't know. It's just like a blink of an eye. And it's like, how did we even get to here, But I feel like it's just like what you're seeking is seeking you, and it's on the horizon. And don't allow shadow thoughts to come in just because you're feeling vulnerable or even tired. You may be feeling crabby because it's hotter. Don't allow those thoughts to come in. So 707. So it could be either 707 or 77. I feel like more 77. Some people cancel at the 0, but we'll keep both. But keep on, if you're passionate about it and you want to see yourself grow, you will eventually see the fruits of your labors where you want to see yourself, not where everybody thinks that you should be. We're just highlighting this anger, channeling anger into constructive action and understanding. And that's the thing. It's just, that is a waste of energy is anger. Like, I am very prone to anger and stuff. I know I'm tired. I know that. It was just, I woke up, I was tired. I feel like the biggest thing with our anger is it's like feel your feelings. Always feel your feelings, because the last thing you want to do is bottle that up and then it explodes in other ways. But feel your feelings and find your way forward. Obviously with the temperatures being what they are, a lot of us, myself, try to keep the bills as low as possible. But it's just like, sometimes you have to give and turn on that air conditioner, or sit in front of the fan, have a cool shower, or maybe if you're lucky enough you could go to the water and you get the breeze off the water, or put your feet in they're different things. But for myself, it was the whole week has caught up now, and it's just this is the day that I feel everything. So it's just like being kind to yourself, being gentle to yourself, and you know what I mean? If you're able to take a nap, and then take a nap and try to recoup your energy. But sometimes life just be lifing, and soon you'll see the other side of this. So unfortunately, when you're in I feel like you're in the center of the storm, it's moving forward. You know what I mean? It's moving on. So that's from the Energy Oracle cards, storm warning. And it shows that, kind of like a tower moment where the pillars are knocked over. But I feel like this is more of like, just being busy and just need to take a break. And it's just like, universe. Remember, we kept getting the star card after a chaotic time, everything's going to calm down. So just keep on looking forward to that time period where everything is going to be quiet, and don't say anything. You're bored, be bored. You know what I mean? It's just like, remember how this time period was and how tired you were, because it's just like, we know as quickly as, things shift, they can shift again. So enjoy that quiet downtime. Rejection came out twice. So rejection is your protection. There was a situation, I had talked about it with someone, and it's just like, this is what goes on, and da 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 da. I'm like, ugh, like, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes we don't understand why we don't get things in our life, and it's like because you know what I mean? You're being protected. You don't understand it in the moment, but it's like they're trying to avoid you probably being in around chaos or bringing more chaos into your life. It's not meant for you. There's something better coming in. I know that sometimes people hear, oh, what a bunch of boohickey, blah, blah, blah. You believe what you want to believe in. But I feel like that's where they're saying, like, that's not meant for you. There's been another instant where I really like someone, and, you know, doing a little bit more digging in the age of social media, it's like belligerently drunk. Like taking a photo with two other people. I don't know how this person was standing, but they weren't. Their eyes were rolled in the back of their head and they were like leaning back, but they're standing at the same time. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was a common photo. So I'm just like, yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's reasons why things don't go the way that you wish they would. Love this, very Edgar Allan Poe, but patience. And so I am not the greatest with patience, but it allows space for understanding and resolutions. So that's why I was saying, like, more information coming to you, because it's like you're seeing this from, you have blinders on, or it's like you're oblivious to what else is going on. You know what I mean? And that's why I was saying for myself, it was just like, you don't, I don't know all the information. I don't know all the conversations, the whole situation. So as much as you want something, it's like, they're saying humbling, where it's just like appreciating where you are in this moment and the things you have, because Leo Skeppy, I remember making this video. He's like, you're complaining that you're single, da da da. He goes, wait, he goes, before you know it, you're gonna be in a relationship and you're gonna be complaining that you have this partner. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so true. Wisdom, I love this, again, a very Edgar Allan Poe, but seek knowledge and experience. So anytime I see like books and stuff, so the Rabbi that I follow actually brought forward this date, which was on me and Shane's anniversary, where it's a day for asking to remove obstacles and to bring, so manifestations, to bring those manifestations in, but also to like pray for others. I was asking people that were close to me in my tribe. I'm like, hey, this is a day, like other people, like I know what's going on. So I prayed for that situation. One of my work besties had surgery, so I was praying for her surgery to go well. And you know what I mean? It's bigger than yourself. Like, we utilize manifestation days, or like, Shabbat is a beautiful time to sit there and pray for others. And you know what I mean? Because it's a very powerful, day of prayer and grounding yourselves and coming together for the weekend. I love the fact that what I heard, where is like, when you light the candle, it burns up all the negativity from the week. And if it was a chaotic week, it lights the light in the upcoming week. So, it's already like, God has already lit up that week. Again, this is just, interpretations and my experiences. This is not pushing this on you. Whatever resonates with you, you go ahead. But that's what I mean. It's like seeking wisdom. So, researching the holiday, the prayers, and you know what I mean? This is something we're going to start bringing into our practices. So I feel like when you show, again, where universe was like, when you move, we move. So it's just like showing that you're dedicated, and they're dedicated enough. They have enough understanding and wisdom. Let us bring in this now, because you are ready for that next step. So that's what I mean. Like, sometimes it feels frustrating and we get angry, and remind yourself, this is a waste of energy. What can we do to change this into a positive situation? Or what can I do to, calm myself down? Maybe go for a walk or something. Obviously it's a little too warm for that now, but, or depending where you are, but doing things that will help you channel that energy into better ways. Cause you're just making yourself sick by being angry all the time. You know what I mean? It just causes a lot of internal nonsense you don't need. So insight is where I feel that this is where, when we talk about Odin, asking the crows to go out into the universe, or ravens, I feel like this is where, you get those channel messages. They're going to give you some insight, a deeper understanding. Exactly. And it's like, that's where I'm like, better learning, better for you. I feel like that's where they're saying, like, you may not understand it right now, but you know what I mean? this happened for a reason, or you know what I mean, like this is what you needed. You didn't realize you needed it, but you needed it. So, you know, this is where I'm saying like insight, or I feel like so it look, I'm in the observer position, and it's just like someone is talking to someone that I'm acquainted with, and it's like the more they talk, the more they speak the truth, and they're not realizing it. So I guess something had happened, or some words were said, or I don't know. I feel like it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm the same way. I don't react. I'm like, okay, now I know the information. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what I needed to know. You know what I mean? And it's like making the decision to move forward with that. I don't use it against them or anything like that, but I also move it differently. I will not allow myself to be in that position to be vulnerable or share certain things, because this is someone that's I cannot trust. You're just in my life for I don't even know what reason. So transformation. This is the other thing that I was talking about, is like people are leveling up your inner we're showing like the stairway with the what was it called, the no, seeking insight. I can't remember the name of the tarot deck, the green deck, but wisdom and insight, because you're transforming. They do have I love that clock, very steampunk, but it's like I have a clock like that upstairs, but it has like the gauges. They're sold at Walmart, so I'm sure a lot of people have it. But transformation, you're transforming. You're choosing to go to this path. You're choosing to gain this wisdom. You're choosing to move forward in this way. So that's where universe is like, you're transforming because you asked for this. So when we manifest things, that's the thing. It's like when things start moving, we ask for that movement. We don't realize that. It's like we asked for this change and transformation. We asked for this insight, or, you know, we asked for, you know, whatever this is. And it's like when things start moving, so moving, you know, with the most chaotic time, packing you get sick of packing. You get sick of your things. You get sick of everything by the time you get on your billionth box. You know what I mean? And it's just like, ugh, I'm over it. You just want to be moved already. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, yeah, we're human. You know what I mean? We're going to feel that way. It's not like you can go bibbity bobbity boop and everything's packed up. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's actually someone moving. And I feel like this is also you moving in a new direction, a new level of life, where it's not just getting up, going to work, make dinner, wash dishes, and go to bed, repeat. You know what I mean? You're living beyond that now, where earthly problems are just that. Earthly problems. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I do still get upset about this, that, the other, but again, it's like it's short lived. That's just the way that you feel. You're reacting to, I guess, the situation, but having a narrow point of view. So you got to broaden that point of view. Our last card is courage, and I feel like this is just, even though sometimes things feel like they're going a certain direction, is not giving up. The biggest thing people want to see, you know what I mean? It is so true when they say that, you know, quote unquote, they're not strangers, but you know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, it's like your strangers are your biggest cheerleaders. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, when you're able to make those connections, it's like, you know, how lucky are you to have, you know, people that come into your life, and then your confidants, and they laugh with you, they cry with you, they, you know, get angry with you, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, the biggest thing that they do is give you the courage that you need to hear to move forward, because that's what we need. You know what I mean? When you're going through your blips in life, it's like you have you know what I mean? And I feel like the courage card is also the freedom card as well. You know, having the courage to move forward will give you that freedom. You know, so I feel like, you know, life is a journey, and it's what we make of it, and it's not all perfect, but, you know, at least we're doing the best we can where we are in the moment, and keep forging forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick card pull. May the universe bless you good.